to Javelina Showtime, your home for Javelina athletics. Brought to you by Mike Shaw Toyota Kia, hosted by Chris Communications Sports Director Alan Harwell, and proudly produced by the students at Texas A&M University Kingsville. Alongside Mike Shaw, a proud alum of 1968, the Javelina Broadcast Network presents Javelina Showtime. Your journey to Javelina athletics starts now.
Hi everybody, welcome to Javelina Showtime right here on KDF Television, brought to you as always by Mike Shaw Automotive. Well, this has been a week of breaking news. There's been a change in the guard. David Callaway has been relieved of his duties as head football coach, and they have brought in the veteran himself, a man who has been with the program for 10 years now, Jaime Martinez, who joins us now. Jaime, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well, let's go back. It's Saturday. We have a game tonight. We play Angelo State, but this has been a week that you did not envision. How have you, obviously you've handled it very well, but what's it been like for you emotionally this week?
Well, right now, I mean, it's been just kind of an emotional roller coaster. We're kind of, you know, with the first thing of Coach Callaway getting let go, you know, that's a tough deal, and, you know, trying to get the team together and trying to make all these things happen. There's a lot of roles that go into that, and, you know, so it's been an up and down process, but I think, you know, we've kind of made it through the week, and I think we're ready to go today.
All right, now you're the offensive line coach. Does that change now that you're the interim head coach? Have you given that duty to anyone else, or do you still, I mean, how do you, now that you have more responsibility, how does that work now?
No, I'm going to continue to be the offensive line coach, but, you know, I'm real fortunate. I got a really good group of guys that are real disciplined, understand what we do every day. We pretty much stay consistent with our drills, you know, throughout the week. So when I have to step aside, they can kind of continue on. You know, got really good leadership in Christian Garcia and, you know, Bo Villarreal and Andre Long, and, you know, those guys really do help me out.
How did the players react to the change this week, and how do you think they'll react in tonight's game?
Well, I'll tell you, the first reaction is like anybody else. You know, when I went to address them as a team, they kind of looked like that kid, you know, first day at, you know, kindergarten school, you know, when their mom and dad walk out the door. You know, they were really upset, and it was a tough nut to break, just because, you know, those guys really cared for Coach Callaway, and but, you know, they've kind of, not that their feelings have changed, but, you know, they know that they still have a task at hand, and we've kind of worked through that a little bit.
So, will we see any changes as far as philosophy in the game tonight? Is what the Jaime Martinez philosophy? What kind of football team do you want to put on the field tonight?
Well, the biggest thing I stressed to these guys this week was discipline. You know, we don't care about the outcome of the play. We want to make sure that we step in the right direction, we go to the right place, we carry it in the right arm, you know, we run the right route, we take the right angles, and we're talking about just playing disciplined football. And then just see where you know, let the chips fall where they may. You
being a former star player here, I mean, you were on a team that went 21-0. How do you feel? How do you feel personally about being able to be the interim head coach? How big of an honor is this for you, you think?
Oh, it's big. You know, I can still remember the day I was walking out of the gates there at McCulley Hall, and seeing Coach Harms and telling him I had my first, you know, coaching job. You know, and it's kind of come full circle for me. You know, I know it's a bad way to do it, but, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, I'm honored to kind of carry it on this year and try to finish, you know, strong for this, not only for this community, but this university.
All right, big game tonight. The Angelo State Rams, the hated Rams. I mean, they've always been a big rival of the Javelinas. We'll be back with you later in the broadcast, and we'll get your scouting report on the Rams. We'll have more with that. But now I want to go back to the press conference that was held on Wednesday morning and get some reaction on how everybody's feeling about the change in the coaching situation. So let's roll that now.
It is rare to make a mid-year change in leadership, at least from my personal conviction. When you make a change of that type, you are changing, if you will, the everyday ebb and flow or equilibrium of a group, of a team. And this is our largest roster team. But your purpose ought to be to increase creativity, to increase your ability to adapt, and also to be ruthlessly opportunistic. And I'm going to define that term in this way. You need to look for ways to make a positive difference in all the lives of the people you serve. So in sharing that, I've also shared with you the charge that I've given to not only Jaime, but our assistant coaches, and James Jefferson and Roderick Taylor, and that threesome, if you will, as well as our very valuable assistants, and I'm speaking of our graduate assistants and our volunteer assistants, extremely valuable folks who assist us on a day-to-day.
First of all, my dad's here with me today. Unfortunately, my mother's not here today. We lost her this summer. But Dad, thank you, and thank you for everything that you've done for me along the way. Wouldn't be standing here without you. Second of all, you know, to this community and this university, you know, this place has really kind of molded me into the person that I am, because I spent a lot of years here. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think it's been pretty good for me. This place is, like I've told people many times, means a whole bunch to me because of the fact that I've met my wife here. I got my degree from A&M Kingsville, got to play football, and just enjoy a lot of those things you do as a college student. Second of all, I'd like to thank Scott for giving me this opportunity. There's the other two coaches on our staff that are full-time and well qualified for this job. You know, I was just fortunate enough to have it. And I'll speak on those two guys here in a minute, as well as the other members of our staff. Third of all, you know, just all you guys being here means a lot to me, just because of the fact that, you know, this is, like somebody said, taking an interim job is like somebody handing you a box full of rattlesnakes and telling you hold on to it until it's over. But, you know, right now we're going to try to stay the course in what Coach Callaway has done for us here. None of us would be here without him, so we do thank him as well. As far as the staff's concerned, Coach Taylor is going to continue to coach the quarterbacks and also call the plays on offense. And as far as the defense is concerned, under Coach Callaway did call the defense, but now Coach Jefferson will continue to coach the defensive backs, and he'll be running our defense. So you have any questions, you can kind of filter those to those gentlemen. As far as the other positions are concerned, I'm going to stay with the offensive line. I'm pretty fortunate. I got a pretty good group of guys that are pretty disciplined, so I can kind of be able to go and move around, and they can kind of continue on themselves.
Obviously, Jaime is one of our alumni. He's been schooled, tooled, and coached by some of the greatest here, whether it's Ron Harms or Juan Castillo, who's made a great career in the NFL. Jaime's a great leader. He's a clear communicator. He speaks well and thinks well on his feet, and that's key in this type of role, because a lot of what you do is adapting and making good decisions. He's a fundamentalist as a teacher and a coach, and he knows what it's like to win and what it means to be competitive, and more importantly, how to define competing and how to be confident.
Well, we beat Angelo State at home 7 straight times on homecoming, so you know that's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're expecting great turnout. Again, like you said, homecoming, and you know Angelo State's a great team. They were ranked earlier this season, and they received votes previous to their last loss at A&M Commerce. But again, they're a great team. It's a tough conference, and you have to bring it every week. And hopefully we'll come out on top and give the alums that are returning and the fans that we have right now, we'll give them a great showing.
Well, it's a privilege. It's always a privilege to be the head football coach at A&M Kingsville, just because it's the rich tradition. And then you go back to being an alumni and always, you know, and have the success that I had as a player, you know, with the teams that I played on. It's just, you know, it makes it more sweeter.
Well, as you can tell, lots of emotion, lots of reaction from the coaching change this week, but we wish David Callaway the very best in his endeavors, and we also wish Coach Martinez the very best, and I think he will do an outstanding job here as the interim head coach. Again, game time tonight, 7 o'clock, Javelina Stadium, and we have a lot more on Showtime still ahead. We'll be back right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hello, I'm Phil Neeson with Neeson Chevrolet in Kingsville. We see people from all over South Texas coming to Neeson Chevrolet because we have the largest section of Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs in South Texas at the absolute best prices. We treat our customers with honesty and respect. No high pressure or hassle here, just good, honest deals. The best selection, the best prices, huge rebates, 0% financing are at Neeson Chevy, Buick GMC in Kingsville.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
You'll find more than a great education here. You'll find friendships that last a lifetime. Thanks to our family-like living learning communities. Like Turner Hall, the men's dorm where music students enjoy their own basketball court, grill, big screen TV, and more. And Bishop Hall, where female musicians have their own volleyball court, lobby, and study room. Live and work with others who share your goals at Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV. Brought to you by, as always, Mike Shaw Automotive. Time now to interview a special guest, and our special guest today is Dr. Manuel Flores. I remember when you weren't a doctor, you were just Manuel Flores, sports writer.
I was
of
a
the Color
sports writer,
Times,
yeah.
Which you
were
very, very good at, by the way. Used to
thank
read
you.
it.
No, I used to cover the Javelinas both for the Caller and the San Antonio Express.
That's where I got all my information, you know.
There you go. Somebody has to do the research.
Yeah, that's right. You were good at it. But you went out and you got your doctor's degree, and here you are at the university teaching and changing, you know, giving kids some information that they need to know to go out and be productive in life.
Either changing lives or giving them grief, one or the other. But it was a goal of mine to get back to the university as a teacher, particularly in journalism teacher, and I was able to do that. And I've been very fortunate with the students that we have that they've gone on to careers in journalism, and so kind of leaving a legacy behind them. That's good. That's good.
And the nice thing is that you've done it. I mean, you know what it's all about. You've lived it. You breathed it. I mean, you can tell that to your kids on kind of what to expect if they decide to make this a career or not.
Yes, and it's kind of the same thing with coming to A&M Kingsville, Texas A&I, and the Javelinas. There's a legacy for the Javelinas, and I want to teach these new students the pride that we had in Javelina athletics, not just Javelina football. And so they're learning how to be true Javelinas. Not only to be good journalists, but to be true Javelinas.
And you've already started it with this Javelina Showtime, this is a first for the university, and we're having a great time. Kids are learning a lot. I want you to know that. We've come a long way since day one. I mean, I'm just the guy in front of the camera, but everyone, all your students do a tremendous job behind the camera, the producing, the editing, the shooting of the video, timing the show down to, you know, where it needs to fit with the commercials. I mean, they've come along. Give them an A, okay?
Well, most of them are going to get A's, okay? But they still got another 5 weeks to go.
I know.
So they got to pass that final exam.
That's right.
And we like to call ourselves a doing department. We do things. We're hands-on. We teach people on the job, and sometimes that people think it's good, but it's good. We teach them on the job. It's kind of like coaching. You're always coaching. You're always waiting for that young player to develop and mature. And this is the same thing. We have a new quarterback. We have a new fullback, a new producer, a new director, all that stuff.
Well, the nice thing is you're preparing these kids to where they will be ready when they graduate from college to go out and take it to that next step. Yes. You know, let's talk about being loyal Javelinas. This is a tough time right now. You know, and you know, I'm a graduate here. I know what it's like. be to cheer for your favorite school. And what do you tell those out there that are wondering, what's going on right now? What do you tell them?
You're still a Javelina at heart. You still have to be loyal to your team. All teams go through tough times, and obviously we're going through one of the toughest times we've ever had in our history of Javelina football since 1925. But the football players and the other athletes are working very hard to turn this around, and it will turn around. We just have to be patient. We cannot stop being loyal Javelinas. We've got to come to the homecoming game. The bonfire was great. The students were there, and it was a wonderful tradition. The homecoming parade Saturday is going to be great. All of those things have to go on. You have to be a loyal Javelina. I was remembering when the Cowboys were 1-15 under Troy Aikman's first start as quarterback. And they bounced back. So we're going to bounce back, and we're going to bounce back big. But we cannot forget that we're Javelinas. We cannot forget that A&M Kingsville is our alma mater, or A&I is our alma mater. And we have to be there to support them. We can't be Johnny-come-latelys or join the parade later on. I guarantee you, we're going to come back, and we're going to come back stronger than ever. This is a tough time, but we have to continue to be loyal Javelinas. And I've been watching Javelina football since 1955. I couldn't even speak English when I came to the first Javelina football game. But I was enthused, very happy with what we saw. And I saw Sid Blanks and Randy Johnson and all those, all those great players back then. And that's a tradition that we have, and we have to maintain the loyalty to make sure that these young people get to that level again.
And we have 2 more home games. We have tonight's game, which of course is homecoming. Then we have another game in a couple of weeks. So there's still plenty of opportunity to come out and support your Javelinas, because it's a tradition unlike really any other school that I know of. I don't know of any other school that has Javelinas as their mascot.
That's true. That's true. Well, and also we have a lot of tradition with a tailgate. You can come to the game and have fun. Javelina football has always been a family affair. And you can bring your kids, you can bring your family, you can bring your tias, your abuelitas, everything you want, and go to the tailgate and enjoy the barbecue, enjoy the beverages, enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. Then go to the game for a while and see how they do.
Yeah.
Maybe we support them a little bit stronger, the Javelinas will pull through. I'll tell you what, right now they need to know that we're still behind them. We need to show up at least in 8,000 to 9,000 people at the game, and I hope the homecoming game today is like that. I really do hope that the fans show up, because they deserve our support, and we have to continue to be loyal Javelinas. We can't just drop out of the scene now. They need us now more than ever.
All right, I'm going to the game tonight. I'm fired up. I can't wait. Well, I got to do the radio. I got to be there anyway. But yeah, I appreciate you coming by. You're always a pleasure to talk to. Always great with information, and keep up the good work with the kids here. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, Alan.
Okay, Dr. Manuel Flores, the head of this department, does a great job with the kids here. The program is in good hands right now with Dr. Flores, without a doubt. All right, you're watching Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you by Mike Shaw Automotive. We're going to have a whole lot more for you coming up right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing, 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
Today's employers are looking for employees with the ability to lead, think analytically, plan strategically, and solve problems. The MBA online program at Texas A&M University Kingsville can provide all that from the privacy of your own home. Graduates said they had a 38% return on their investment after only 1 year and a 50% return after 2 years. Our 30-credit-hour program features accounting, finance, management, marketing, economics, and business. With classes held year-round, why wait? Sign up today.
As the most established university in all of South Texas, we've learned that change is good, and there's never been a better time to check out Texas A&M University Kingsville. Thanks to our state-of-the-art new dorms with plenty of space for studying and hanging out, our recreation center with everything you'd expect at a brand new gym, and our new dining hall packed with delicious stuff to keep students going. And the changes don't stop there. Texas A&M University Kingsville, the home of Javelina pride.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Kia, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing. 2014 Kia Soul, just $13,995. 2014 Kia Optima, just $19,922. 2014 Kia Sorento, just $27,195. And if you make $350 a week, we want to approve your credit, guaranteed. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF Television, brought to you, as always, by Mike Shaw Automotive. Now, last week, we had a chance to meet Andrew Quintana, and today, Andrew is going to be a special correspondent for it. Hey, Andrew, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. Let's talk homecoming this week. You're going to go out and do a story about homecoming, which is always one of the most anticipated days of the year here at the university. Tell me a little about what are some of the highlights. What did you learn working on this piece this week?
Well, that a lot of the students around here love this week. It's a really fun week for everybody. It's a really, what can I say, it's really upbeat. It's really positive. Everyone's enjoying everything, you know, from the movie on Monday all the way until tonight's football game. It's just, I guess you could say, very high intensity all week. Everyone's going to every single event, and it's just a really good turnout for all these events here on campus.
Of course, there's a chance for people who went to school here, me included, to come back and enjoy the festivities. Do you see that the fans, the attendance at tonight's game will be bigger than usual? How do you see that as far as homecoming affecting a football game?
I believe so. I believe it'll be, well, quite a few more people, because I mean, one, you know, you also have a lot of people who are out there seeing, because it's I believe the top 5 candidates are all out on the field for homecoming, and you know, they'll get announced and all that good stuff. So I mean, their families are going to be there, of course, and they're going to have friends there, and a lot of people just love to go to the homecoming game. It's one of the biggest games of the year, so.
All right, well, I'm anxious to see your story, Andrew. So let's go ahead and roll it, and here's Andrew's piece for today's Javelina Showtime.
Hi, this is Andrew Quintana with the Javelina Broadcast Network. Today, we're going to be interviewing Erin McClure, the director for the Office of Student Activities, and she's going to be giving us some insight on Javelina Homecoming Week. Erin, thank you for being with us today. So, why don't you give us the ins and outs about this homecoming week? Tell us kind of the main events and what goes on during the week.
Okay, well, during the week, we started this year, we had a new thing. We had the homecoming kickoff. It was a great success, and we also had a window decorating competition against the organizations. So we started that off today, or yesterday, I'm sorry, and then tonight we have the talent show. One of our traditions that we've had for many years is the Fall Carnival, which is on Wednesday, the parade on Thursday, and on Friday, we're bringing in Kyle Park after the bonfire, which is a great addition to our schedule, and then on Saturday, the football game.
So can you tell us a little bit about behind the scenes of the activities that go on this week and you and the office put on?
Yes, there's events all week, and behind the scenes we start about a year ahead of time. We work with athletics, and we have a committee that has a lot of different departments, and it also has some students on it. We try to add a few things each year, but also keep the traditions. We added the homecoming kickoff and the window decorating competition, but we still kept with our traditions of Fall Carnival and other things. So we start about a year ahead of time and work throughout the year, have committee meetings, do logistics, and kind of figure out what the students and alumni want us to bring each year.
A few last questions. Could you tell us when the homecoming nominees will be elected? Because I know this week, Monday and Tuesday, we had a lot of voting and a lot of campaigning going on. Can you tell us when those nominees will be presented?
Yes. Monday and Tuesday was the voting. Voting closed at 5 o'clock today. And tomorrow at 8 o'clock at the Fall Carnival, the top 5 will be announced. And then at halftime on Saturday of the football game, the top 5 will go out there, be announced, and then the king and queen will be crowned at halftime of the football game.
Thank you, Erin, for being with us this week. This is Andrew Quintana with the Javelina Broadcast Network. We'll see you next time.
All right, good job, Andrew. I enjoyed watching that. What do you think you enjoyed most about working on this piece?
Just getting to know kind of the ins and outs of what happens during this week, kind of the behind-the-scenes things, and how it's all put on by you know, the office. So.
All righty, we're coming up in about 7 hours. Kickoff tonight, 7 o'clock at Javelina Stadium. We'll know the king and queen, and we're going to try to get an interview with the king and the queen, and we'll show them next Saturday right here on Javelina Showtime. Yes, thanks, Andrew. Good job. Appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we're going to get a scouting report on the Rams, the hated Rams, coming up right after this.
Admit it, you fear buying a car. The pushy salespeople, the sticker shock, the shady deals. But fear no more at Mike Shaw Toyota, because they eliminate the fear factor. With upfront pricing and financing, 2014 Corolla or Camry, your choice. Up to $4,000 off MSRP. 2014 Tundra, up to $7,000 off MSRP. We want your experience to be exceptional. That's why we offer a 72-hour exchange policy. Eliminate the fear factor at Mike Shaw Toyota.
You can count on the folks at Blakeful & Whiter to treat you like they treat their friends, with respect. Because it's about you, no high pressure. Just good, solid people helping you determine what's right for your budget and your lifestyle. I'm Brenda, and when you're looking for a new car or truck, Blakeful & Whiter's got what matters. Friendly folks looking out for you. Blakeful & Whiter, Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Kingsville.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Javelina Showtime here on KDF TV, brought to you by, as always, Mike Shaw Automotive. We have a game tonight. It's homecoming, by the way. Angelo State is in town, and Coach is back with us now to give us the scouting report. Is Angelo State still the hated Rams? I know they were always a big rival back in the day. Are they still the #1 rival here as far as LSC foes, or has it changed a little bit over the years?
Well, I think, for all the success that we've had as a program, we have a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
We have a lot of guys teams that want to come out and do their best against us, but, always going to be the Rams, from San Angelo. It's always been a tough contest with them, and, they'll be ready to play.
And you've played in these games. What's it like to play in a game against Angelo State as a player?
I'll tell you what, I was talking to somebody the other day, every game I played against San Angelo was for the conference championship. And those are tough fought games, and like I said, it goes back for many years.
Tell us about their ball club. What do you see in them this year? How good are they, and what will you have to do to beat them tonight?
We're going to have to stop their quarterback. They got a really good quarterback. They got a good running back. They do throw the ball, quite well. And then on defense, they try to put you in situations where they kind of make you do things that you don't want to do. So as far as offensively, try to formation a little bit and see if we can score some points.
All right, Coach, good luck. We'll talk to you again next week. Hopefully we'll have some great highlights and try to get our first win of the Lone Star Conference. And we appreciate you being here today. And we look forward to seeing you again next Saturday on Javelina Showtime. Until then, so long, everybody.
Well, that's a wrap for Javelina Showtime. You can always catch us here on KDF TV Saturday mornings at 11:30. See you next week.